Today is June 17th. We chat with Boone coming off the Boston series and some more Talkin' Yanks.
Recaps galore, weekly awards, stat lines, steaming hot takes. Get your Yankees news from these two fine dudes. It's time for Talkin' Yanks. Talkin' Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Talkin' Yanks with old John Boy and Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talkin' Yanks. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Jimmy. His name is Jake. BBD in the corner, and we've got some stuff to discuss because the season is afoot. Brought to you by SeatGeek. Thank you very much, SeatGeek. And yeah, we chat with Boone. We have a little off day. Got some news, got some updates. It was a good chat. Jake, how are you?
James Davis, doing well. We had a big event last night, Talkin' Yanks event in Asbury Park down at the Jersey Shore. Thank you to everyone that came through. Always a lot of fun. Tough ending, mostly because the Red Sox stole a record amount of bases.
Yeah.
And we talk about that with Aaron Boone, along with some other good news. So doing all right. A little under the weather.
Oh,
and that's
I've been
normally
sick for
not
a while.
That's normally not my bag. So I don't know. Could have been. Maybe it was sharing the mic with Baby James last night.
Could be. He might be the healthiest one in my family right now.
Okay.
Claire's very sick.
Hello.
I've been sick for a while.
Know what else has me sick in a good way? DraftKings Daily Fantasy League. We do it every Tuesday. I'll be honest with you, I've been crushing it. So if you'd like to compete against me or a bunch of other JM creators each Tuesday night, it's a lot of fun. $5 to enter. And each month we're giving out $100 in SeatGeek credit from John Boy Media. And at the end of the year, the top leaderboard finisher will get 2 World Series tickets. So go check it out. There's a link in the description. We do it every Tuesday. It's a lot of fun. You get a budget. You pick some players. GTs with GPs is what I say.
You do say that a lot.
I've said that.
Oh, that's an old saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Odd spot. The season's really about to get going.
Ooh, yeah. That's okay. So teaser for the Boone interview. There's a massive announcement. It's a big week in Yankee Land baseball-wise and in Yankee Land otherwise, if people don't know yet. And I liked you two going through the schedule, and you asked kind of a Jake question, and Boone kind of gave a good answer.
Yeah. Anything we need to chat about before throwing it to the Boone? I think people probably just want to hear him.
What I hope is there's one player who we're interested in, is kind of a big announcement, that I hope we look back at in a few weeks and we're hella excited for. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
And before we get into that, today's episode is brought to you by Field of Greens. God, I like that a lot. And I'm going to go home and mess this up because they sent me a ton, and I'm not feeling good. And a big health regret is listening to your doctor and thinking I should have paid attention to nutrition when I was younger. We are younger. This is as young as you'll ever be. So take care of it with Field of Greens. Each fruit and vegetable was selected by doctors to support vital body functions like heart, liver, kidneys, metabolism, and immune system. And only Field of Greens is backed by a better health promise at your next checkup. Your doctor will notice your improved health. Hey, that sounds nice. That sounds really nice. Let's get you started with 15% off and free shipping. Visit fieldofgreens.com. Use promo code Yanks. That's promo code Yanks at fieldofgreens.com. Click the link in the description. 15% off and free shipping. Okay? Field of Greens. That's like a baseball pun, too.
Yeah. We've got a lot of field of things going on these days.
Boone.
To Boone. All right. Bantering with Boone brought to you by Beatbox. We're doing this on a Monday, the off day. Boone, you got your Hope Week shirt on. Are you excited for Hope Week?
I am. It always, it comes, it's a hot week for us, smoking hot in New York this week. And it's always like, oh man, we got, got to get people signed up for these different things. And by week's end, and when the guys actually go wherever they're going to go, it just becomes this awesome, rewarding experience for certainly all our players, but also, the different stories that we get to tap into and shine a light on. And it's an inspiring week. It really is. And it's been going a long time now, and just excited to be a part of it.
15th edition, man. I feel like, I mean, the years go by. I know we don't have to tell each other about that, but it feels like it gets bigger and better every year. Like, what's the
It really does. I mean, I've had so many different experiences, whether it's dancing with kids last year, it was amazing. Meeting amputees, Sarah Lang's last year and shining a light on ALS. This year, doing a number of people that are doing really good work through social media, shining a light on that. We're going to be with a couple of our old minor league trainers that are very inspirational stories in the donor world. So it's something really to feel good of, to be a part of, and I know our players end up getting a lot out of it.
Yeah, they have a theme this year, the good of social media. Huh. And, look where we are. Talking to the manager of Yankees, good of social media. No, the stories are a lot more inspiring than that, yes. As you said. Yeah. So, I don't know. Yankees fans already know, but check it out. It is a very nice reminder in the middle of the year, usually around this pivot point, right before you start thinking trades, and you're like, things are getting tight and serious, and the Red Sox break the stolen base record. Nice reminder of okay, baseball isn't the only thing that matters.
Yeah.
So, speaking of, Red Sox broke the stolen base record against you guys on national TV. How does that feel? And then how do you guys discuss it internally afterwards, if you can share any insights to that?
Yeah, I mean, last night obviously is not a fun night, where you kind of get – you there?
Yeah, sorry, we got you.
Where, the running game, was the difference in the game and why they won the game. And going in that's what they do. That's what they're trying to do. And, they have I think, as much speed as anyone in the game. And, they take advantage of some situations. We pour a lot into the running game on both sides, offensively and defensively. I feel like, especially defensively and controlling the running game over the last couple of years, it's been something that's been a strength of ours. But last night was obviously a bad night for us. And, something we got to, continue to move the needle and get a little bit better. And also one of those things that can happen over the course of a year that, is painful to go through, and, but also can be a little spark to okay, we need to keep getting better at this. We need to get moving the needle. We need to get creative in certain situations. All things that I think we've done. But, last night was a rough night, no doubt.
Talking Baseball, #1 baseball podcast in the world. And I was listening to a little MLB Network today, and everyone's saying the same things. They're like, the Yankees, this might be their Achilles heel. So and I'm assuming you guys are too. Do you expect the Orioles to come out running this week? Because I don't know. You try to take advantage of the other team's weakness, and if I saw what I saw last night, I know I'd try to be stealing.
Yeah, but then again, going into last night, I would say it was a little bit of a strength for us. Again, we got exposed last night in some different circumstances. A weird night in that we allowed 13 singles and 6 walks. So and then we're chasing a little bit. So the situations were a little bit right, but no question, we got to, in all facets, just be a little better at controlling those things. Again, it's been a point of emphasis for us really for about 3 years now. I remember a game in 2020 in the COVID season where it was in Fenway, where Boston stole a ton of bases against us late in the year of the 60 game. And it actually kind of helped us move the needle and getting a little bit better at the very end of the season because it kind of hit us over the head with it. And we got better at it. And it also, I think, over the long haul, made us really lean into it more and more and just try and get creative with certain ways. Because you're going to have strengths and weaknesses inherently within it, but it's on all of us, from the coaches to the pitchers to the catchers to the infielders of all making sure we're making that difficult. So, we came off a series where we're playing Kansas City, which runs more than anyone. And it's not, you don't see it as an issue. But anytime you have a night like last night, it should get your attention and understandably we need to improve that.
Trevino brings a ton to the table. He's having a good year offensively. He's obviously one of the most elite framing catchers, calls a good game, takes charge. One thing he doesn't bring is arm strength. Just statistically speaking, it's not there. Right. So it's a team effort to curb the running game. How much do you need pitchers to buy in and not buy in? You saw Stroman took you put some blame on himself yesterday. He's a guy that will walk batters and also then will allow runners to run. I think he's allowed 12 stolen bases this year. So it seems like not a good recipe. And then some of the relievers, I was looking at numbers, are kind of oddly high. Talkin comes over and maybe it's just like he wasn't with spring training and awareness. Like he has a lot in a short time and Ron has a lot in a short time. So how much is it a constant reminder? Pitchers have so much going on. And how does that get told to them to like, hey, like, come on now?
Yeah, it's something we pour into from day one in spring training. And Louis Rojas is really, really good at just, again, because last night, aside, like this has been a strength for us, and it's not all about necessarily catcher arm strength. Like sometimes you have a catcher with a hose and it's like that neutralizes some things, but that's not everything. And even though Trevi doesn't have the greatest arm in the world, it still doesn't mean he can't. He's still thrown out a fair amount of runners going into last night. It's about the pitcher doing their part, us in the dugout doing our part and making sure we're varying looks. The pitcher also, like, more than just throwing over and being quick to the plate, but kind of varying their looks within the constraints of the clock, getting the ball out quickly and efficiently. So there's a lot of way to curtail it, and it's kind of on all of us, really. But it's not all just about, having a catcher with a gun.
All righty. Let's see. Where should we go next? I would like you to start beating teams in the East.
Okay.
You're 17-2 against the Central, 9-10 against the AL East. Now, I'm very rude to AL Central teams. I keep saying this, if the Twins had those numbers, I'd call them frauds. And it would be kind of in 80% tongue-in-cheek, 20% being tongue-in-cheek.
70%.
Yeah. No, I was saying 20 is the joke. 80 is, I honestly believe it. So you got the Orioles coming up, and then, I don't know, Rays, Red Sox again. How much is familiarity? I don't know. What goes into this? How do we beat the East? They're the good teams. You're in a really good division.
Yeah, you gotta play well. Look, sometimes this thing is moments in time and snapshots in the season. It's why it's hard to win 100 games, let alone 110 and 120. It's why it doesn't happen. Like you're gonna face times in the season where it's a little challenging. There's some adverse situations. So those things I think are just a lot moment in time. Man, you're on fire. You're going through a stretch, and you happen to come across a decent team or whatever where you're playing at your very best. So it's about trying to be as consistent as possible and putting together the best season as possible. We feel like we match up and can beat anyone in the sport when we play our best, and we just got to play well and give ourselves a chance to win ball games. So
you got
simple as that.
16 games in division until the All-Star break. That's a lot.
16.
16, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
we got 3 right now with the Orioles. I think we go back there into the break, so we'll have 6 with them.
yep.
The Red Sox come here again. We go to Tampa and Toronto, I think, right?
Yep. 4-game set in Toronto. And then, the into the break is a road trip down to the Trop and then up to Camden. And then you got the Rays for 4 right out of the break. So really, it's that's like 20 games against in division in the next couple weeks. So, I mean, I look at that and say, well, and I've looked at the June and schedule the whole time and like, this is a pretty good test. That's a really tough stretch of games. You guys just played Dodgers, Royals, in division, Boston at Fenway, always tough. And then you got Baltimore, Atlanta. Do the guys feel like, okay, here's what I want to know. Baltimore's here. Cole, healthy. Is he pitching? Do we have extra juice for this series? You guys are ahead of them in the division.
I'm the juice guy normally.
Because usually you're going to say no, neutral, but like there's got to be a little more emphasis on this series, right?
Look, but we've also been going through a number of these series, whether it's having the Dodgers at home last weekend, you go to Fenway for the first time and it's June, and now we're coming home and we understand how really good of a team that Baltimore is. And, they beat us in a series down at their place. So, yeah, I think there is that extra juice. You're coming off losing a series in Boston into an off day. And it's like, man, we got a great team coming in our division. I think there's extra juice, if you want to call it. But I think you have a number of those throughout the year. And at the same time, you try not to downplay or overplay the importance of any single game. We're trying to win. We're trying to win series. And you don't want to get too high or too low for any particular opponent. You want to go out and perform and play well and put your best foot forward. And you usually do that when you're in a energetic, yet, we're not running through a brick wall adrenaline. That's tough to maintain throughout the course of a 162 game season. Like,
don't tell Tommy Kahnle that.
Tomorrow, yeah, I know. We're coming in tomorrow. It's like prepare, compete, and hopefully shake hands at the end of the night. Like that's kind of the focus. And we understand the importance of, the obvious added importance of just interdivision games.
Now, I think I missed it while you two were talking there, but who did you say was starting Wednesday night's game?
I think, who'd you ask?
I saw a minor league kid rehabbing. Is Cole getting the pill?
Gerrit is going to start Wednesday.
Hey,
that's very much exciting. On the injury update news, do I have to worry about Soto anymore? Like when he's gunning guys down at Fenway with his arm, and because he had talked about kind of doing like maintenance on the throws, not taking them lighter when he can, and then he guns down a runner, then he tries to do the next one, and I'm sitting there thinking this is fun, but do I have to have extra thought, or are we in the clear now?
No, I think we're in a good spot.
Okay.
This last, since he's returned, he's been in a much better spot. And again, it wasn't really affecting his throwing or hitting leading up to it. It was just the getting it going, the getting it ramped up, just there was a lot that went into that each and every day. And that's kind of going away more. He still does some work to get ready, but that's getting better and better, it sounds like. And then the next morning getting up is noticeably much better. And that's just a matter of the information getting out of there.
Dominguez also injury update. He got pulled, tweaked his oblique. Do we have anything further on that?
We don't. He's got testing today. So I'm actually hoping to hopefully get just exactly what it is and the degree of it, hopefully sometime later today.
Switch hitter oblique seems even harder.
Didn't do any tests yesterday, Sunday. So today he's going in for the testing.
That's a bummer. Bad enough to go on the IL right away, or just caution enough? Like, why not do it?
Oh no, I think especially in the, what is it, a 7-day IL down there, so it's going to be at least that. I think they knew enough to know it was definitely going to be that. So that's why they did it there, and then we'll see the degree now, and then what the timeline is from that.
And I think maybe last injury one, but Rizzo last night, lower right arm. Where?
Yeah, or just kind of a number of places on the arm that were really kind of bothering him last night and even this morning. So he's going through testing now, so we'll have information on that.
This area?
But definitely, yeah, just a few places.
If you had to say wrist or forearm,
I think it's higher mostly.
Elbow?
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't want to, I just know, Riz is pretty tough, and just seeing him out there when I went out with the trainers and certain little movements that grabbed him right away, it was concerning. They did the fluoroscope X-ray just in real time there at the stadium last night, and it didn't show anything, but they definitely got to look at it more. And I know he was even pretty sore this morning. So I don't know what's going to come of that, but it's at least concerning.
Jake and I agree on this baseball opinion that you are a baseball man through and through, generationally. You might have an old school opinion on this, maybe not. They should just double up first base like they do for softball and stop having guys collide all the time. I think if I said yesterday that I think if like men's league softball or girls softball didn't do it first, MLB would already have it. But there's just too much like toxic masculinity being like,
I know they've started to explore that in some, I don't think minor leagues, but lower leagues, haven't they?
I think it was talked about, but I don't know if they have. You don't need to paint one of them orange. Like, we don't need to go that far if it really hurts you. But it just seems silly that we have. It's a sprint. Like, there's no damage to that, and you would avoid so many. I was actually just pulling up all the collisions.
I'm not disagreeing. I just don't have a strong opinion. I haven't.
Okay. You wouldn't be upset
one.
if you saw it.
I don't think so. I want to see. I guess. Play out the pros and cons to at least see. And I don't have all those top of mind.
There's no such thing as a bad question. I'll test that quick. What can we do in the bullpen to punch more tickets? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know sinker slider out there, and hey, a lot of the numbers are still good. If you do the last month, things have been a little more shaky out there, and there's a lot of contact and even weak contact, which, again, I know that can be – there's a lot of scenarios that's been good to the Yankees, but is there something you can do to, like, go for the strikeout more? Again, pushing the limits of dumb questions.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times that comes down to execution. And, I think this month, last few weeks overall, we've been a little hit or miss down there. So that's hit or miss, literally, right?
All right.
No, but you know what I mean? I think we're, a few guys have kind of a little up and down, like good outing, rough outing, good outing, rough outing, with the exception of really, Clay and Weave have been those kind of two staples, been excellent all year. And Tonk's come over and done a really, really nice job as well. It's good to see Tommy get back in there last night and have a good inning. But yeah, we need to get guys going and going the way they're capable of, and hopefully along with that, some swing and miss, ticks up a little bit. But it's stuff we're paying attention to, and it's not always easy.
With rotation, with Cole being added back to the rotation, I'm guessing Poteet gets bumped. And then my real question is, you have off day today, off day after the Atlanta series. Will there be any shuffling? Because I think if you put Cole in game 2, you then have Nestor and Rodon back-to-back and the 3 righties in a row. Would there be any?
Nestor will go. Nestor's going Tuesday.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, and Cole's going Thursday?
Wednesday.
Yeah, Cole's going Wednesday.
Nestor, Cole, heel.
Yeah, but Rodon. Oh, Stroman is. I had Stroman and Rodon flipped. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you place Cole, because you could have done Heel and Cole, either of them could have gone on those. Is it to get Cole more rest, or is it to get the rotation in an order that you like?
No, more about like that gives all, with the exception of Nestor, who will go on 5 days now with the off day, that gives Heel, Stroman, Rodon all pitching on their 6th day. Certainly, we definitely value that with Luis. Anytime we can get an extra day or whatever, and then with Gerrit coming back, he's been on that 5 day, so he slots in on the 5th day, and he's not going to have a full clip of pitches anyway. And, so it allows us to continue to kind of build him up the rest of the way while he's here.
Do you have bulk guys in your mind if Cole doesn't have a full arsenal? Is there anyone that you would save if on the game one? I know the Orioles aren't listening, so it's okay. We won't clip it, but how do you go about that?
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we're dealing with some guys that are a little banged up right now, so we may have to slot a guy in to give us some length, like say behind Gerrit. Ron's a little bit built up now. He's gone into the 40s, so he especially if he's had a couple of days, he could probably give you 2+ innings potentially. So we'll just kind of day by day see what we have, see what we need, see how much length we get, say starting tomorrow, then in Garrett's outing, and on and on. And if we have to shuffle a little bit here and there, we may have to.
I was surprised to see Ron go 40 pitches, and then I did look at the minor league game log, and he was built up. I'm guessing, obviously, that was intentional when he got sent down to get the pitch count up.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it's always nice to have a couple guys down there that can give you, a couple innings, especially if they've had a couple days, to be able to give you that 35, 40, 45 pitches if you need it, is pretty valuable. So thought he did a good job the other night on the Saturday. Actually, him getting us that couple innings kind of put us in a decent spot going into last night. But unfortunately, we were able to hold him off.
When you see Greg Weissert with the generic Red Sox bullpen beard, do you get sad, or are you like, oh, that makes sense?
Yeah, I think that looks the part for him.
It kind of does.
Yeah, that's nice.
What do you got, Jimbo?
I don't know. You haven't been ejected in June yet.
Hey,
decent.
Ooh. Okay, is that good?
That's a long stretch for you. It's like 3 weeks, so that's nice. But Orioles are in town.
Yeah,
crowd will be rowdy.
Hope Week.
Who's the umps this week?
I just looked at it too. Not sure.
Okay,
I forget now. We'll see. Although I'm in jeopardy tomorrow. I got one of my son's graduations, so I actually may be late to the game. So
is Brad prepared?
Brad Osmus?
Brad's prepared. We're ready to go. So I may be arriving in game.
Okay. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Yes, that's fun. And nice. Happy belated Father's Day as well.
Thank you. Yeah, you as well.
Is it Ramon de Jesus?
No.
Okay. Not him, for anyone that was wondering. He's ejection friendly. He'll toss you before you even say anything. So
yeah. He's got a funny ejection too.
Yeah. There was a real funny ejection in Seattle the other day with Gooch. He just went like this.
Yeah, who did he get?
Service. Yeah, I'm actually just about to make the video. He went sad boy on Service. Service. He said, "I'm sorry. Sometimes I have a bad night."
Yeah. Hopper got hot yesterday, huh?
Yeah. That's funny. I don't see him as a guy that gets hot. I just picture him doing the crossword and being all quiet.
Hopper was hot yesterday.
All right. Who are you guys thinking about trading for?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Have we had a meeting?
Yeah.
Yet?
Have you guys has the war room been gotten together yet about acquisitions at all yet?
No. I'm sure the front office, has had different iterations. initial thoughts and conversations, I'm sure with other teams, even kicking tires on different things. So, but no, not really have we brought in the coaching staff and me and all that yet.
Is that usually like a week before, 2 weeks before, or just let us know when it happens and we'll be excited about it.
All right.
And then we'll flood your time. We'll flood you with proposals.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, just do a whole mock trade up.
Yeah, we'll do a whole episode where we'll have our audience call in and you just react to every trade proposal.
All right.
Just go Caesar thumb. Hey, before we let you go, Booney, we have the trivia question for you.
Yes.
It's brought to you by Beatbox. Perfect pairing for a Yanks game. Had a couple beatboxes yesterday. Click the link in the description to find one near you. First game managed against Baltimore was in April of 2018. There is only one bird from that game who's still on their roster. Who is it?
Oh, one player.
Yeah.
I was thinking Greg Bird, John Bird, Nick Birdie. I was like, there's a lot of birdies out here.
That's an excellent question. Is it a position player?
It is.
Was Cedric Mullins already there?
Ooh, it's not Cedric. Someone joining him out there. Santander, yes.
Oh.
Santander came a little bit later, but okay.
He's good. You know, my analytics are a little different than Jimmy's, but be careful with him.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah,
definitely.
Nestor was also on the Orioles team. How about that?
Wow.
When we played him in 18, that team?
He was on the 18 Orioles. I don't know if he was there that series.
Was that the home series? Were we at home?
Let's see. It had to be the first one of the year, correct? Yeah. It was, yes, at home. You guys won the first two. It was a 4-game set as well.
We lost the last one, didn't we?
Oh, wait, hold up. They won the first game. I was on their team's page. They won the first two. You guys won the third, and then they won in 12 innings. Game 4.
Yeah, the 12-inning game. That's what I remember. It was cold. We had, I think CeCe started that game. I think he had to go on the IL. We had like 3 guys after that game. Brandon Drury, Tyler Wade, like all were like sick or had to go on the IL. We had like a wild pitch that would have won us the game that kicked off perfectly off the backstop.
Oh, I remember that.
Play at the plate, and it was just like, I remember that being a very late night. We were all down in the war room because we had to make like 4 moves because people were going on the IL left and right after that game. And I was like, wow, all right, here we go.
2018 Yanks.
Yeah. You know who pitched? Tanner Scott pitched in that series.
He's good.
He's good. Might be on the move. All right. Thanks, Booney. See you later.
Bantering with Boone was brought to you by Fubo. Hey, Yankee fans, if you're looking for ways to stream live games this season, maybe go see Gerrit Cole pitch. Fubo has added the Yes Network to their lineup, so if you're in the New York City area, you can now watch your New York Yankees live anywhere from any device without cable TV. And maybe you can watch other shows Yes Network has, like Talkin Yanks, best of, after the game. Visit FuboTV.com/JohnBoy to see if Yes Network is available in your area to claim your exclusive 14-day free trial. Click the link in the description. Jimmer, what'd you learn from Aaron Boone?
Well, Cole's coming back. That's good.
That's good.
Base stealing. He's had the same silver lining I did. It's a good thing it happened. Now we know how to, we'll know we got to curb it.
It can be a good thing it happened.
If it was bound to happen, better it happened now.
Right.
And so dramatically than, in the playoffs when you don't have time to figure it out.
Yes.
And get people to buy in to help out. Because it is a whole team thing, like we said, he said. Like everyone's got to do a ton of stuff. They do a lot of back picks because they've got to keep runners honest.
Yeah.
I like that he admitted there's more juice for Baltimore. There should be. I know it's still June, but it should be.
Right.
Like you should get up. Because what are we, 3 games ahead in the division? Or is it 2 now?
Game and a half, I think.
Oh, wow. It really changed.
Yeah.
After the 2 losses. So they could take over first place if they have a good series right here. And you're at home. So we got a tough one coming up. Baltimore and Atlanta at home. The Yanks have been pretty good at home. They've been good anyway. Any split besides the AL East, they've been good. So we talked about that tough schedule. I wanted to play a little game.
This is kind of a classic game. We haven't played this in a minute.
Yeah. They got Baltimore and Atlanta at home, 6 games. You want to win 4 of those? It might be asking a lot. And I don't mean that in the rudest way. I don't mean that in a negative way.
Why don't you have 2 columns right now?
Want and need?
Kind of. Like 3. I think if we're being honest, if there's 3, that means we've won one of the series.
I want them. I think they're good enough to go 4-2. And they have their pitching lined up pretty well.
Jim? It's a good Yankees team. Put down 4.
It is.
At home.
The bullpen. Boone said they were beat up, too. So the bullpen situation.
Midsummer beat up.
That seems not good. All right. So 4-2 homestand. That's tough. It might be that. Just because those teams are good.
Hey.
Anyway, then you go to a weird road trip where you go 2 games against the Mets after an off day. Tuesday, Wednesday against the Mets. Then 4 in Toronto.
So how about this? You put 1 for the Mets just because it's a weird 2-gamer. And that kind of covers up our greedy 4 ask.
Yeah.
You know? That's the balance.
Yeah.
If we said 3 there, then we'd say 2 against the Mets. So
that's true. We would say that. Sevy going to pitch against us?
Boy, math.
I think he's in line for that right now.
Oh, shoot.
You got to win 3 in Toronto.
Sevy trying out to make the team.
Toronto can't hit. Good pitching, but the Yankees have hit their pitching recently. Besides Kikuchi, he kind of shuts them down.
In Toronto.
4-game set. You know, I think this is where you have to say if you split that, you're happy. 4-game sets are tough.
Yeah.
But now I feel like I'm dancing very delicately.
Well, let's combine the Mets and the Blue Jays and say 3 out of 5.
Yeah, okay. The road trip needs to be 3.
How good am I at boy math?
3-2. So 4-2 homestand, 3-2 road trip. And then homestand Cincy and Boston.
4.
Cincy's going to be tough if they're stealing. And Cincy just runs.
Ellie
if you let those guys on base, as Ellie and some of the others, yeah.
Either way, I mean, those are 2 500 teams at home.
That could be
that's a good test week.
July 2nd through July 7th could be, did we learn from Sunday Night Baseball?
We'll have to remind us when Boone comes on and say, like, hey, if Ellie gets on.
Yeah, because we were talking to him before that game.
Yeah.
No, let's win 4 out of 6 there.
Yes.
I don't know. We think we're being soft, but we're actually being very positive. And then that road trip before All-Star break.
At the Trop.
3 in the Trop, 3 in Baltimore. Realistically, I'd like 3 and 3.
I think a road trip, the Trop can happen, Baltimore can happen. I think you put a 3 down and we
Rays
say
are
okay.
sloppy.
Sloppy.
All right, so that has us at 7 plus 7 is 14. And 2, 4, 6, 14 and 9.
Okay.
The rest of the way.
That's fair.
Which would bring us to what at the break?
That would be...
I mean, that's a 600 winning percentage.
Yeah, and that's what they've been doing.
And that's what they've been doing, so we just have them continuing to do what they're doing?
64 and 33. That's a pretty good record going in the All-Star break.
Yep. 64 and 33. Wow.
What's Boone say? When you bank wins, they can't take them away from you?
Yeah.
I do like...
That's a 659 win percentage if they do that into the break.
Whenever we play this game, the comment section likes to play because everyone has a slightly different...
Yeah.
They'll be like, I need the 2 against the Mets. And it's like, okay, well, give us your number. Let's see it. You want to know my final number?
What's that?
Under 5'10".
Oh.
Because that's my height.
Officially. I'm 5'6" to 5'10".
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm under 5'10". The best clothes in the game for short guys under 5'10". I think if that's just being honest. Chinos, joggers, button-down shirts, hoodies, tees, all of it. We laugh because it fits us because we are under 5'10". So I know we're out of Short King spring, but summer's here. Dress appropriately. for the short king in your life. Or if you are a short king, hello. Go to shop.under510.com/talkin to get $10 off your first order. To all my shorties out there, what up?
What up? All right, I'm going to go use the facilities. Thank you very much for tuning in. We appreciate you. Go Yanks. Tell them, Grams.
Go Yankees.
Ba-da-da-bop-bop.